face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Hey, buddy.
It's been a while.
Missed you this weekend. It would have been awesome if you were there.
I wish I could have been there.
I don't know. I mean, it was insane.
It looked like so much fun.
It was. I'm going to be posting videos for a week of just the stuff I have on my phone, man.
Yeah.
I got to get the stuff. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the stuff on the camera.
Yeah.
Ryan Anderson took the camera over for about 10 minutes and he was talking smack a lot. So I have no idea what's on there.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I don't know. That one post that said he's becoming your cameraman or whatever. I don't know if you saw how I commented on that. I was like, you're stealing my job.
My gig.
I was like, I was like, just leave the keys on the top of your visor. I'll take over the truck. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
no, it looked like a blast, man. It looked like everyone was there. Weather was good. Looked like everyone was having fun.
Couldn't have been better. It honestly, it was perfect.
Yeah.
The first day the dust was pretty bad. The second day it was blowing the right direction, so it wasn't so bad.
Sure.
The first day we got dusted so bad, like Friday, because some of it shut down earlier because it's kind of like the start into the event. It's not as big as Saturday.
Sure.
Still a ton going on, but all the events going, but there wasn't the fireworks or any of that at the evening. So like they just shut down and nobody was manning like the figure eight and oval / whatever next to us. And so kids were just tearing it up on there and doing at one point we were doing the comp and there was one kid that was straight up just at the fence right next to us. I mean, 3 feet from us doing donuts, just throwing a cloud over the whole course. You could hardly see anything. I was like, dude, just do them over there. Like, go for it.
Yeah.
Have fun. Like, not right.
Get off my lawn.
Right? Exactly what it was like. Exactly what it was like.
Funny.
No, the trailer, the 24 scale trailer was awesome. The comps went well. We had about 50-ish trucks both days, 48 and like 40 something, 43, 40.
That's awesome.
Numbers that actually did the comp. Way more people playing on it than that, but it was awesome. The first day, the guy that won the stock class I just handed him one of my trucks. He'd never done it. He came over. He's like, "This looks cool." I'm like, "Here, try it." Handed him one. Just bang, went through it. Just awesome time. Best time of anybody. But it was crazy.
He's like that kid getting the high score. Did I break it? What happened? Did I break it?
Well, the two top fastest times were both just on a loaner truck.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute and 20, 1 minute 23 seconds.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. But it's hard to judge the time because we did a shorter course for the stock trucks because there's no way they could make the hill climb at the end. So it's you can't really say fastest time of the day, I guess, but for stock, the stock course, yeah, man, it was awesome. So we got tons of video. Just got to get to editing it. Still working on USDE stuff, busting through that today.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I sent them kind of like a rough of it, like 30-minute rough cut. And so I got
They're like,
a little.
Did we say it has to be 7 minutes long?
Right? No, it's more like documentary-ish. So
yeah,
there's a lot going on.
I heard a big chirp. Is that your fire alarm smoke detector?
Yeah,
or was
I
that
went over here to see if this was the one, and it indeed was. Like 3 of them through the back part of the basement. I could hear it.
That's the worst.
I thought I hadn't changed.
You know what's funny? It always happens too when it's like you're super tired. It's a long night, and you go and you finally lay down, and you're like just about to fall asleep, and then chirp, you're like, son of a, and then you have to get up and find the ladder because you can't sleep through that. Otherwise,
know.
you're going to fall asleep and then someone's going to wake up and say the fire alarm's going off. And then you have to wake up and do it again.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm tall enough I can reach most of them. So
Yeah.
I just reach up and take them down. There is one in there I have to get a little step out for.
Yeah.
My stool over and just crawl up on it. And I was hoping it wasn't that one. Yeah, so I'm not sure how to do the videos. I think Monster Truck is going to get their own video because of Ryan going nuts with the can. There was so much smack talk the whole weekend, dude. Videos make it look like West and I have it in for each other and like hate each other. Like,
oh no.
Yeah, because it's just the competitions. From the moment they showed up, they were like, "We got here first."
Ah. 1 point for us.
So he laid down what was the fastest time, and I was like, "I'm not competing. It's our course. I'm not going to do that. Whatever."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, you got to get a time. You have to at least, like, I need to say that I beat you, right?" Yeah. So I went in and I beat him.
Nice. Was that with the identity theft truck?
I beat his version of that truck with identity theft. So I technically beat him twice. I didn't even tell him that.
Nice.
But I got the best score for the modified SCX24 class. So, but I did take a trophy for it. So Weston still technically won since he wasn't with the comp. Because him and Rick tied, but Rick set the gates and tested it, So it's
sure.
He just wanted to put a time down just to see. But yeah, it was awesome.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Ryan showed up like with handfuls of trucks, man, like running 5 trucks.
Dude, I was following their stories. Yeah, I was following their stories and I was like, you basically took more than a hobby shop worth of cars to that.
Dude, they took so many. Before they even left North Carolina, though, they damaged 2 SCX6s.
Oh, no. They fall off the truck or something?
Of, like, them showing, like, they had the King Sling on the truck.
Yeah.
They had a whole row of LMTs strapped down on the trailer, like, in a line in front of the King Sling.
Right.
And then whatever, then they have them stacked in the back of their truck. And they had the SCX6s up, and I was going to be like, man, that seems tight. And next thing I know, I get a text from Weston saying that Ryan just burned 2 of the bodies on that. He just crushed them, like because he's got a gooseneck.
Yeah.
When it spun, he had to jackknife it to get out of the driveway. It's like, we didn't even let him.
Oh, no.
And then going up the road somewhere else, he crushed the other one.
No.
Yeah, it's nuts. So
that sucks.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the only thing is, I missed so much of it because we were doing an event. You know how that is when you're
when you're covering it. Yeah,
to make sure everything, and then we were trying to make sure that there was dinner made and all this stuff.
Yeah.
For the group that was down with us, and I would run over and do monster trucks because it was right across from us, and I'd run that, and so we did the LMT class, and then I actually did really good in Pro Mod the second day, dude. So that's like a big class. People bring a lot of trucks for that, and they'll enter like multiple in each class.
Sure.
And I only entered 1, and I whittled my way down into 4th place.
Nice.
I raced for 3rd and lost.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was pretty shocked. I would say would be the word.
Sure.
Because I didn't like. I wasn't trying hard or anything. It was just like, wow.
Well, that's part of the driving, right? When you're loose and you're comfortable. Right. And not overthinking it, you drive so much better.
Yeah.
At least that's what I tell myself.
I didn't care because I'm like, if I get knocked out, it's easier for me because I got so much to go and do.
Sure.
Like, I still hadn't filmed any planes flying.
Yeah.
Except over, and I never got any. I never got like the full takeoff, whatever.
Yeah.
Only what happened over the tent from where we were sitting at the CX24 booth.
Yeah.
I barely made it over to the 8th scale buggy racing and all that was going on. Missed the whole Ring of Fire.
Oh no!
My favorite parts when they're flying the planes through the Ring of Fire in the cars.
Yeah.
I missed that whole thing. So, but yeah, it was still awesome. But I pretty much it was like this camper, SCX24 comp, monster trucks in a line.
Nice.
And like out here would have been the crawler course section, planes up and over here, and then on this side of that was all the other stuff, the Basher Park, and then the Try Me planes.
Yeah.
But we were literally in the middle of it, and I couldn't get off to either side. The only time I really went over was to make sure they were selling SCX-24s in the tent because so many people wanted to get one.
Nice.
After doing like we had loaner trucks. They didn't have any loaner trucks for us to let them run.
Oh, bummer.
But everybody'd see it running, and there's so many other Try-Me's there.
Yeah.
Like, who's, they saw our trucks at the table, and they're like, can we run these? I'm like, you run this one. Like, we had like 2 stock trucks that they could run. Like, 3. I had 2 of my own.
Yeah.
And those things got ran like hard, man. These things can take a beating. Like kids driving them off the table.
Yep.
Like they can take an absolute beating. So anyway, but people wanted to get their own, and so that was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I spent time fixing, and I misread a fire because I was putting parts in one kid's car, a new servo and mount and all that he wanted, and one kid bought one, and the transmission blew. I don't know what happened. They never blow the transmission.
I've never seen a transmission blow.
Always goes, but for some reason, we did a whole transmission swap out for him, and his dad's like, hey, I can't let him have a better one. Can I get the Metal Gear transmission gears and new motor? And all that? So I spent time working on cars too, so it's like super busy on top of already being crazy busy trying to do a lot.
Like on the average day, what time did it start and stop?
Started at 9 a.m. ended at like 10.
Dang, that's a long day, dude.
Yeah, and
I was surprised he had gas in the tank to do tonight. I was like, I don't know. I was telling my wife, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna be up for it tonight. I was surprised you weren't on your face sleeping right now.
Right. Well, my brother comes into town. He came into town tonight. Like, they got all loaded into their campground. I was like, hey, can we swing by tonight? I'm like, dude, I'm on the other side of town. I'm hitting the bank. So I had to take the cash that I got that weekend and put it in to cover gas and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm going to get ready for this. So anyway, it's crazy. Yeah. But how was the long jump? Joe Granny says. Sucked because I got beat by all the Monster Jam guys who I was talking smack with the whole time. And
what were they jumping?
Typhons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got Typhon 6S's set up for them, and
nice.
They sent them. They all got over 200 feet, I think.
Dang.
I think Weston was the furthest of them, and then Bari and Ryan were in like the 205 to 210. I hit 195.
That's crazy.
190 something, 192 or 195.
Dude,
yeah.
I saw
Josh. 2C chassis was heavy.
Yeah.
It was weight. Yeah.
I saw Josh Rhodes freestyle. That was pretty crazy. I was surprised that truck held together on his freestyle. On the freestyle, he didn't win.
No.
I don't know if he was just doing an exhibition or what, but it was like he was going huge, like absolutely huge, and the truck kept together. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, my buddy Charlie Mosier won. I think his son Charles Mosier took second. I think. I still think King of RC won, but they were blind, and I think they were bribed. Blind and bribed.
That's funny.
So yeah,
that's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Integrity RC, man, he was there, and he had the coolest Creighton I've ever seen. Yeah. Nitro. He had a Nitro Creighton that he built. Yeah,
that's cool.
I have a video of it. I'm gonna post.
That's awesome.
I meant to post it today. It got crazy. I'll probably post.
Was there a lot of custom stuff there, or was it mostly RTR stuff?
Well, I mean, so many of the monster trucks are custom, but I don't know with planes. SCX-24s, man, so many modded out ones, super cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was everything from TRX-4Ms to there was a K5 Blazer.
FMS. Nice.
Like that one. And So yeah, I mean, yeah, tons of stuff. Yeah, my car is in one piece, dude. So all that happened to it that I've seen so far is I didn't even like shock oil was usually coming out of most of them. Mine looked like it was perfect.
Yeah.
Back, and I just held trigger. I'm like, I saw how high it went. I'm like, I'm not going farthest. I'm just gonna flip this thing mad. Pull trigger. I chose. They had 2 ramps this year. They had like a 38 degree and a 45, and technically the 45 should be the ideal for
launch angle. Yeah.
But it just sent them so high, and there wasn't enough carry wind or whatever. It just the longest one did hit that one, but there was a pretty good. There were gusts that would come in from time to time, and he had as did Weston, who went pretty far. Like Weston's like, "Can I go? Can I go?" I'm like, because he knew there was a wind. But yeah,
that's
I
rad.
got to help MC that a little bit and talk some smack.
Yeah,
yeah, I kept it light.
That's super awesome. That's super rad. We had a busy week. It was as of Tuesday. So Tuesday I was at the track, and he podiumed. So everyone that was watching that didn't know how he did, he ended up getting podium first time, third place. Pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty awesome. He got fast lap in both heats. And so I was like, this is awesome. So then we went out on Thursday and played and instead of practiced on turf, we went and played on the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And we did some dirt on Thursday, and then I got the U-Tron on Tuesday and didn't get a chance to open it or didn't get a chance to run it till Thursday. And I let him get the first run. So he ran it on Thursday also.
Those look cool, by the way. So Element and Team Associated had a booth set up at Horizon RC Fest because of the racing that was going on there, that race event.
Yeah.
And it looks cooler in person. Like, I liked it anyway.
Yeah.
But the things that I thought were kind of awkward in person don't seem as awkward.
They don't. Yeah. And it seems proportionally okay in person.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. As I burp into the microphone, here's the thing. It is it's super capable. It is shockingly smooth out of the box. Like, that's just not me saying that. Like my last video that I posted about it, I handed it off. So shout out to STP Ridgeline. He's a Operation 11 Charlie member. Met up with him. He was visiting his family up here in Washington. So I met up with him at our scale trail event, and I handed him the controller and I said, drive it. I'm going to film it. And dude, it was so capable. It was so good out of the box. Like, I am shocked. Like I kept on saying, I can't believe that so not what's on it right now, but in the stock, they're 4.19 tires, and it is just super capable. It was awesome. When then I drove it for a little bit, and then I just started handing it off to people to let them drive it and get their impression. Everyone said the same thing. Nice. They couldn't believe it. And it was weird because like the clearance on the front end and the way it articulates, dude, so good. Like, it's so fun to watch. Like, it's really good stock, but I can't imagine putting I'm a Holmes Hobbies dork. Like I'm all about his stuff, and I can't imagine putting some
word you're looking for.
Sure, fanboy. Yes, fanboy. I couldn't imagine putting one of his motors in.
Logo stolen from his a little bit.
No. Yeah, well, I have a bomb. But no, with something really slow and creepy, dude, that thing would be wicked sick. And especially with bigger tires like that. Those are 4.75s. And I did something.
Wheels in there.
Yes, sir. And I did something different with my graphics. So I didn't remember how I was talking about the proportion of that panel behind the cab. Yeah, so you can see.
Nice.
What's that?
The element sticker fits in nice.
Perfectly. And and I put the sticker, the big black part is actually off the Night Runner body, and I flipped it around and I put that on the back. And then I cut the sticker for the window for the B pillar. So that's why it has that bar going up versus like going all the way around on stock.
That's what we're talking about, David Ferris. Is the only issue with the U-Tron is a funky body. I think it looks amazing. I saw it in person at Horizon RC Fest. I already liked it. Honestly, the front clip, I loved it. I wasn't sure about the cab, but in person, it looked so much more proportional, and the way that the sticker wrapped the back didn't look nearly as funky.
Well,
oh yeah, when you take the silver out of there, it's way better out of that window.
Yep.
Did you cut the sticker out?
Yeah, I just cut the sticker.
Looks way better.
And then, so what I did on the back, I took the Sendero SE grill, and I cut the lower portion of the grill, and I put that on the back bumper. I took the Night Runner tailgate sticker that says Element RC, and I took the grill portion and put it right here. And that just breaks up the back end so much more. But like this makes a huge difference, I think. Like all the graphics there, those are all off the Night Runner. The pin isn't, but everything else is.
Yeah, it makes it look cool though.
Definitely shortens up that bed side. You know what I mean? Versus like how long it was.
Yeah.
But dude, that IFS is just
insane.
It's so good. So good. And the steering is good. Like, that's not me just saying that because I'm an Element fanboy.
I will have one of those. I do like it.
Yeah, they're so good. So good.
And I really like how the only other one I have is the what's the one I have? The trailing arm one.
Ecto.
The Ecto. Thank you.
Yep.
I like it a lot, so I'm willing to try that. So I didn't finish my thing. All I broke was the upper hinge pin retainer. And on the front upper, and the body post pulled off the screw, the very front one. The body clips in, which it should have because I put a 6S in it, but I don't have a 6S battery that fits. I have two 5000 3S. So the whole body is kicked down like this.
Yeah.
And so that hit just, it's happened before to me when I've tried it. I need to I saw everybody else. So I didn't buy them because they're soft packs. And I thought they wouldn't want us long jumping and lawn darting soft packs. But everybody was running like 3200 6S Spectrum batteries that fit perfect into the Typhon.
Yeah.
Mine was all wonky looking. Yeah.
Duct tape closed.
There were some of the monster truck guys in here saying, Jeff Kettler said there's a four-way tie for second in freestyle. Then Charlie had a killer run without any rollovers. So many good runs from everyone. Nice crowd too. He was one of the judges. He's one of the blind guys that got bribed. I put King of RC down in the pack.
What a jerk.
His name goes on the mirror. The thing about the King of RC is he can go out and do crappy and just blame it on everybody else.
Not enough eagles. Didn't have enough eagles soaring around you.
No, there were plenty of eagles. He did awesome. But nobody thought. Like they're just blind. They don't know what a good run is. They wouldn't know fantastic kicked him in the butt. No,
that's funny.
But yeah.
We did monster truck racing last time, right? Before Tuesday? We had to have.
I just saw the video.
Yeah. So we did the monster truck racing. I think I told you about that. Dalton took second in retro, never drove my Claude before. And now I'm like, now I got to look at building another retro. But
yeah, the retro racing, which one was it? What body did you have?
Stock Claude, black Claude.
Okay.
Yep.
I saw like the Thunder Chicken and
Tropic Thunder, Bigfoot. Panther. Yep. Yeah, there's a bunch there. So it was cool.
I see what you're saying about everybody coming into each other's lanes, though. See, in ours, that stomps. Like, if you cross that line, you done. Like,
Yeah.
you got to be in control when you're driving. That's half the
Yeah. I think that's
line down the middle.
he said that's changing for the next one for sure. And because
We're
I think
way
it would
in our lanes, way over.
Yeah.
But they kept going like they were going to take the win. Like,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, I think that'll change. Also, in other news, I've been talking to Die Hard. He's been picking my brain about racetracks and courses for monster trucks. And I drew one that's a 3-in-1 racetrack. It's pretty sweet. So it mimics the World Finals 2022, that track, but it also has Thunder Drag in it and Chicago style.
nice.
So it should be a pretty cool one. David
I had a
versus
blast
watching the
with
monster truck.
trucks again. I need to get doing it again.
I
get to do it again in 3 weeks. So
yeah.
but not with any of the trucks I ran this weekend. So I saved my truck for Nashville to keep it clean.
Yeah.
So everything gets so dusty there, even if you're not running it. In fact, it gets dustier just sitting there than when you actually run it. Swear.
That's funny. I had to glue my body back together. I don't know where I put it. I probably put it back on the truck. Maybe. Oh yeah. I had to glue it back together after destroying it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm thinking about taking the plastic cage out of it and putting a real cage on it, just so I can. The truck body, I really like the way it turned out, and so
the one you showed me.
Yeah, this one.
The custom one, the cage, the cheater front end.
This one.
Yeah.
Yep. So I had to glue it back together because it broke the front fender off and the hood popped off and glued it back together. But now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Oh, you mean the cheater bumper that I built for it? Yes. Oh, that.
That part of that rig. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that part. No, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the plastic part off eventually of the original cage and build an actual real cage for it, so I can run that body hard, like really hard. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Oh, I don't know if you'll be sad or not, but I no longer have the Frankenwagon.
What? It's gone already?
It's gone.
That was quick. You had this. We talked about it after the last live, and
I posted it up on a Friday, and it walked away on a Saturday.
Wow.
I let it go for I think probably not enough, but that's okay.
I had a lot of stuff with me for sale at the event, and nobody. I had like a 3S infraction for like $200, and I had the TLR DC roller for like $175, brand new in the box, like still shrink wrapped. It's like a $325, $350 kit. Had the TLR Typhon, the TLR Tune Typhon roller for $250, looking cleaned up. Yeah. Anyway, like dang. The only thing I sold was Charlie Mosher, but my brand new in a box SMT-10, and I gave him it for a steal.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know. It's a buddy, so of course, any of those, somebody would have offered something.
Sure.
I'd even said to one guy that I knew really well that I'd let the TLR Tune go for $200.
Oof. That'd be a perfect 8-scale buggy.
Lower than I'm going to sell it for next time. I'm going to keep it. He gave me a really good deal on something else. That's the only reason I gave him that deal. But yeah, it's like half off stuff.
Well, that's funny because I listed the sand rails again for $200, and some guy was asking me questions, and I went to go get him the link for the sand rail kit, and the kit itself, just the flat tubing and the pan, is $180, and I have them on sale. I'm selling 2 of them right now for $200 each, and I'm like, Why is no one buying these? Like I have no idea. I haven't had any bites really on them. Surprised.
Because you have to use a Bud Light truck to finish it.
What?
You have to use a Traxxas.
Yeah, but like I almost used that audio today in the reel, or not the reel, the story I posted just before I came down was the Real Men of Genius.
Hmm.
The Real Men of Genius. I almost used that. Would have been sweet. Want to ship a sandal, Pablo?
Outcast. I saw that. I had the Outcast 10th anniversary edition, brand new in the box.
Oh yeah,
for $450. A brand new normal Outcast is $580 or $600.
pretty sweet.
Taker. I was like, okay, I get to keep them. I was just trying to get gas money home, but I'll keep them.
Yeah, I'll ship
Dave
it.
Wants to know if you want to ship it.
If you pay for shipping, I'll ship it. I don't know how much that shipping would be.
How to ship.
I don't know how to ship. I'm terrible at shipping.
Terrible shipper.
I was told before, just put some bricks in a box.
How's that axial build coming?
Oh, dude, I am so far behind. I was going to talk to you about it tonight. I was like, how fast can I ship it out to you realistically? Like, would it be an overnight thing? When I was going to see when you were leaving.
Wednesday.
Dead air. We'll have to talk.
Yeah.
Things have gotten kind of.
How close is it? Is it just paint?
Couple tubes in paint. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I theoretically could probably bang it out, but I wouldn't get an interior finished.
Do you interior all your cars?
No.
I don't have to have interiors.
It looks nicer when you have some kind of interior, though.
Does it have lights?
No.
So I can't night run it, which I don't care about.
But I could potentially get some lights here in time.
I can pay some pretty decent shipping.
Huh?
Priority shipping or something. It's like a 3-day, but that's still pushing it. Because my wife, I think, is coming down Thursday. End of day.
This month sucks. I got hit with a project. We knew it was coming, but it's a government project. And they're like, oh, by the way, we have to have it installed by July 1st or the funding goes away. And I'm like, good to know. Good to know. So that means I have to build it fast. And yeah.
We got to do work stuff first. I got other events coming. I got Gauntlet coming. So it's not a big deal.
It's a big deal for me.
I have the Bronco. Super One-Handed is asking about the SCX6. The SCX6 is actually looking toward the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yep. Which
I've been
Operation 11 Charlie goes with that and the ProLine by the Fire. So either one of those will work.
And I'm trying to drive it down to the West Coast one.
Mm-hmm.
So the one down there is a lot closer than Indiana,
right?
In proximity to drive. So
Boeing RC says he's got 4 RCs he's currently building. And yes, Bucks RC World going to be at Badlands. And for those of you guys that like 24 scale, we are doing another one of those. It was actually really fun because the comp is so simplistic in that we build it the most of the run. Like, so the start is longer and we find something that's like more challenging for the modified to start at. And then they share gates through most of it. And then it either diverged at one point to the end or it just had extra at the end, and we just changed the color of gates. So like the front gates that were purple were for the modified, then wherever the orange started, all the orange gates were for stock trucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a few extra at the end of it, so we'd time it, and the stock would start at the orange gates, end at the last orange gate, and then the purple would be a lot more technical ending crawl up that you had to do, which killed a lot of people because it was a gnarly hill climb, like, and it just set people back on time. Like, good time. Last two gates suck. Add 20 seconds to your time.
Right.
So we're gonna do something very similar for Badlands with the timed event. It just worked so fast and well that we're gonna go that route again, because we were talking like minute 20 was fastest, but most people were taking 2 minutes about to finish. But their scores might be up at 3 with the penalties or whatever. So we didn't have anybody not finish in time of like our 4-minute time limit. Because even still, people that weren't good at it, they just hammered through, like, hit the gate.
Gates,
they didn't know what, they didn't really get it. They were just like, oh, go up, I hit another one, whoop. But like, so the compers were like, oh, try not to, but like people that didn't know didn't care, and so they still finished in a pretty relatively quick time, which it was super fun. So
that's cool though, because that kind of
after, and you're like, whoa, 120? Are you kidding? Like, we were like, what was he doing? It's like he just went for it and he missed everything, like hit one gate. That's
rad. And well, that's what I was going to say. What's really cool is that it gave them an experience, right? Whether it's competitive or just, so we went to that scale trail event this weekend, and all that is that they set up cones on a trail. They did 50 gates, and you just go and try to go through the gates. You don't keep score. They don't count reverses.
Give you a course to go through.
Yep. And it's so much fun. Yep. So much fun. So much fun. And some of them were like, there's no way I'm going to make that. But then, a class 3 truck would just walk right up it or whatever. And there was a lot of cool stuff.
We're going on the 1-to-1 axial trail run, and are they not allowing your personal vehicle on the trail run Wednesday? I don't know. I'm going in early because of setting up, looking for a spot to do gates. We're not going to run the course that they set up, because they set up the course, but people will be running it. And so about an hour before we go, I'll take a drill down if I need to drill, and I'll drill little bits to put our gates into, to do it like we did here. So that's why I'm going early, is to scope it out, find out what I need to do, where we can have our event, which I think is going to be in the middle by the main course, but we'll set new gates. It's not as cool, because the best thing about a trailer, dude, is being able to stand up and watch, like, closely. With as small as things are, to lean in and watch if they're hitting gates and stuff instead of it being at your feet. Total game changer. Like, I love the tabletop courses, so I'm bummed that we won't have that. It would be awesome if we could just run it up at the like right by all the vendors and just do the event up there, but I mean, it's a lot to ask. It's a drive, it's costly and time consuming and all that, so we're just going to run it down there because it's super scale. And then I may try to bring some portable pieces down to just have at my campsite to do the other stuff. Because what we did at Horizon RC Fest is after hours, man. Like, it was us, the Andersons, the Michigan guys. We all set up new gates, and we did it our way. Like, just don't hit gates and don't reverse. Don't, like, all about points. Slow. Like, my run took like 20 minutes. Like,
oh, wow.
Slow creeping, like, get through the gate. Lots of winching.
Yeah.
Totally different game. It probably didn't take 20 minutes. It felt like 20 minutes, but it probably took 10. But that's why we're not doing it that way. Like, we're not going for points because you go so slow, and we're supplying judges, because I honestly don't believe anything should be self-judged. Like, at that point, why have an event where you give away anything? Because unfortunately, people aren't trustworthy enough to.
And sometimes they just don't know. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they just don't
There's
know.
always going to be the question. There's
Yeah.
always going to be a question of whether they cheated, and it always happens. You hear the people talk like, no way anybody could have ever got that low a score. You know, like you walk away and it's like, I don't want to put that taste in their mouth about competition. Like this is straight up. Somebody's going to watch you that watches everybody. It's going to be the same system.
Yep.
3 judges wait in line. We're not going to do that kind of stuff. So it's just carnival stuff anyway. It's just for fun. Like
sure.
The chances of winning aren't great, no matter, even if you're good. Like Dana, who's awesome, who is in here with the time stuff, he was struggling with some of them. He did end up winning one of them the second day.
Mm-hmm.
But he ran a couple of classes and he'd come off and like, man, that sucked. Like I sucked that up. Like, it's totally, you don't know what you're gonna get. If you get one hang up or you get one hit that isn't right, your time
one wrong bounce,
right?
Yeah,
one wrong bounce. So it kind of makes it a total carnival game. So you don't have to feel bad about not winning or whatever. It's just like if you do, it's like, whoa, I got lucky. Like this happened. Yeah, he says hate it. It's not my favorite thing either. I did really good both days on it. Like the time thing, I'm better off when I'm not trying to go slow, I think, sometimes with my truck because my truck hangs up more.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we're going to do that 24 scale. So that's why I'm going early. I don't know anything about the 1-to-1s. But my family will probably rent one if we have a little extra cash. It's been tight, man. Like, life's been interesting the past 2 months. So
yeah. Well, yards and yards of dirt.
Always it's yard. That's exactly what it was. Money spent on the fixing crap that goes wrong at a house.
Yeah.
So
brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. We're supposed to have a race this weekend. That's the other thing where I'm like, times suck. As that we're supposed to practice today.
Do you not have a portable one for your truck?
What?
It's so much cooler if you had like a welder in the back of your truck that you could just be like, oh, let me get that.
At the race?
Yeah, take it with you and just weld.
Just weld people's stuff?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. No, I could. It's called a welding rig. I could. I was looking for my little voltage tester to show you my other little welder that I've got here. I don't know where it went. Anyways, no, today we were supposed to practice. He's feeling under the weather. I think it's just catching up to him, how busy we've been. We got out of school on Friday, so we don't have school. We're on summer break now. And it's been like, well, I was telling you how it was last Tuesday. I mean, it hasn't stopped. It was just go, 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 go. And so he finally, when was it? Saturday after our trail thing, he came home and he's like, I'm tired. My throat hurts. I feel like I'm going to lose my voice. And I was like, okay. So he crashed out. And then all day Sunday, we just chilled out. Like I edited video and he just hung out on the couch. And then today he's like, I'm just going to lay here. So I was like, what do you do?
And then do we already talk about your power outage right before we got on too? Like he was going to.
Oh, it was just bizarre. Yeah. We never get power outages. And it went out and I was like, we were standing in the kitchen. It was full daylight out. And I was telling you, I was talking to my wife about stuff. And then all of a sudden I was like, did the power just go out? Cause all the stuff powered down. And then he's downstairs and he's like, hey, you guys turn off the power?
Right.
So yeah, it's been pretty weird. And then work has been crazy, but
yeah. Well, don't feel pressure on mine, man. If you've got other stuff, racing and with your kids, more important.
Well, no, but I want to finish yours. I was actually just looking at the calendar.
But so you're gauntlet or something, man. There's plenty to show off there too. So
well, you're leaving on Wednesday,
and I may try to squeeze my way into Axial Fest West somehow. We'll see.
So you're leaving Wednesday though?
Yeah.
So that means I'd have to get there by Tuesday.
No, if they got here Wednesday, they drop off by noon and then I'll get on the road. Like I'm not leaving early. Like
okay.
So if it got here by Wednesday.
Do you think that'd be
the campground early anyway? So
do Do you think that would be worth it to try to ship from Friday to? Because it'd have to ship Friday, probably, right?
Right. I'd pay priority.
That seems like that'd be a stupid number, though.
It'll be expensive, but everything cool and worth doing is expensive. So,
because I could probably go in early tomorrow and wrap up the metalwork. It wouldn't take me long to wrap that up, and then start. I mean,
what do I need to order for lights? Like from?
Don't worry about that. I'll figure that out. I'll message him tonight. I'll figure that out.
Hey, like if he can ship it, like it's fine.
Yeah, I'll figure.
You'll need.
I'll figure that out. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, because I'll call him and talk to him FaceTime tomorrow, and be like, "Hey, this is what it looks like," because it's all custom, right? There's nothing that's like, "Oh, just bolt this in," kind of a thing. So he'll put together a kit, and if he sent it out tomorrow or the next day, it'll be here by Friday when it has to ship.
Yeah, lights take about a week and a half to put in for me. So,
I'll put them in before.
I'm just saying, that's the other thing with me and lights. That's why I don't like them.
Yeah, I finished my lights on my
touching electrical stuff
on my Lazarus. I finished the lights the night before because he sent me out a prototype thing of roof rack lights to put on it, and I was like, "Ooh, I got to put these on." We haven't done any night running until that night run that we did.
Pat Smage, you can register at Axial Fest Badlands. You can register there. The lines can be a little long, so I mean it might take 45 minutes to get through the line, but maybe 30. I don't know. I've showed up before and I'm like, holy cow, I'll come back. Like, because we're camping there, so I'm like, I'll check in later.
Yeah.
I'll get my stuff. But yeah. So that's that.
Right on. We'll figure something out, Tony. I'll look at it tonight and be like, get a better game plan. I want to get it to you by then.
Okay.
I think
if you can, that'd be cool. If not, I've got this brown box, as you can see, says Axie on it. There's a Bronco in there that apparently has lights in it for
that's funny. That was actually part of the idea of why I got the wild hair to sell the Frankenwagon, because I was like, if I'm going to go down to Axial Fest West with the SCX6, I want to bring something that I built to run down there. Yeah, so it's like
building soon.
Yep. So we'll see how that goes. But so the guy that I sold it to, it was one of those. I'll tell you about it later. I don't want it to sound different, but yeah, no, it was. I was like, just take it. We'll figure something out. So I was like, I'm not driving it. I just took it out to take pictures. So I was like,
Nice.
I switched the wheels though, the spec wheels thing. I just sent roller wheels with it.
Right.
So, but
Folks RC, well, Ryan had what, 624 scale at Horizon Fest? No, he had way more. Way more. He brought 6 in his hands at that one time.
Yeah.
But he had a boat.
He had a bin of them from what he posted on. Like he had a Rubbermaid full of them.
Yep.
I didn't even know he had that many.
Probably 8 as well. Like it was crazy.
Did he?
I didn't see him run his cool ones that he built. Like I gave him that Mia's chassis.
Uh-huh.
And he made that thing sick, dude. Like super cool. And yeah.
Speaking of sick and super cool, remember how we were talking about how I'm going to remake our crawlers here?
Yep.
I saw that Night Customs, you can buy the 24, the SCX24 monster truck now on My Mini Factory.
Yep.
I didn't know you could do that yet. So I was like,
he just had it available.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to do that with my sons.
TRX4.
Yeah. Well, I saw that the Rampart is also for the 4M now too.
Yep. And they just made new wheels and tires.
Oh, they did?
And they're sending me some cool and new that I get to show off first from
Really?
that I talked to. So Steve from FearTech
Uh-huh.
was at Horizon RC Fest, and so I was talking to him and letting him drive my trucks,
Uh-huh.
my FearTech clapped out trucks. Like here, try mine, see how it handles. He was like mildly impressed. No,
he's like, meh.
I'm ones. No, not really. But so yeah, so I'm gonna be building this guy here, hopefully for Axial Fest. So I got to get working, as you can see. It's just not enough time in the freaking day, man.
I know.
But these things are so cool with the rainbow titanium look to them.
Super cool.
So I got to get that built, but I'm going to be installing something and steering this 4-wheel steer with something brand new from them, as I'm a big proponent of something that they have for steering vehicles with.
Really?
Favorite of any of my current.
That sounds cool. I know where you're going with this, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
I know where you're going with that. That sounds awesome.
So in the works is something cool. But I also have to do a Radio Link 8, the RC8X
Yeah.
video. That's
yeah.
got to happen this week.
I still haven't. I should have. That's what I should have. It was funny. I don't remember how it came up, but Father's Day came up, and my wife's like, "That's Sunday." I was like, "You don't have in-depth plans for it yet?" Like, I should have been like, "Oh, well, if you really want to, you can get me the DX5 Rugged Green." Should have dropped that little nugget, but I still haven't. So we've still been battling those gremlins with the radios on his car.
Oh yeah, for distance.
Yeah. So what I ended up doing is the Sendero SE came with this Fly Sky controller that has a new ANT protocol. So I put that in his buggy, and we were going to test it out today, but we had two things going against us today. It started raining today, and he wasn't feeling great, so we ended up not going out. So, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully, I think this might solve the problems.
Right. So the cool thing about the Radio Link to me that I'm seeing is the receivers are so much cheaper.
Really?
What I've been buying, yeah. For like
what's the number? What's the name of it again?
8CX. So it's like you can get it for about $265. It's the RC8X. $285 on USA Banggood. $307 on eBay.
$319 on Amazon.
Yep. Full touchscreen. I've been playing around with it. I hate doing certain things. I won't just do an unboxing on. Most RC cars, I can just unbox it and point to most of the things and say, oh, look, this is cool. This is metal, or like what motor they chose or why. But radios and the functionality is like, I got to mess around with this a little bit before I can even talk about it. So it's not like a straight up unboxing out of the box. Didn't seem worth it. But it says that it's like 600-meter control distance for ground.
Oh, that's cool. It has a telemetry thing in it too.
So many things in it. You could actually do FPV on your screen on it.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Touchscreen. It's very, very clever.
Simulator function. Has a headphone mode.
Yep.
Wow.
And it has like voice and things on it and controls, but also if you have the camera and whatever hooked up.
Yeah. Can you be like, make me drive better? Stop. Stop making me go in the walls.
Yeah. So far with like the voice customization, that stuff seems crazy, but
yeah.
I mean, they're trying to compete with the big boys like the Futaba and all that, or like the $800, $700 Sanwa.
Yeah.
But at like the $300 price range, with the.
I don't know why I'm so cheap when it comes to radios. Like, and
200 model storage, that's a big deal to me. And DSM off-road is got a thumb steer for it.
Nice.
En route.
See, okay, so here's why I think I'm so cheap when it comes to these things. I'm hard on my controllers.
Yeah.
I've busted so many just throwing them in my bag. You know what I mean? Like, and some of these new ones have such fancy like displays on them. It's like, to me, I'm like, I think that's why I like the rugged, but I don't like the price tag of the rugged, is because I like the rugged because it's splash proof. And for me, I do my hiking and stuff. And out here, you never know what kind of weather you're going to run into. And so if I'm like, I've fallen plenty of times with my controller in my hand, you know, like as I'm hiking, and I get scared of having such a nice controller of cracking the screen. Like, what do you do if that happens?
Terrible with mine too, but it comes in a case, a padded case to carry it in.
You can't drive it in a case though.
But when you don't throw it in your bag, you throw it back in its own padded bag that holds it nicely.
I know.
I'm just saying. I'm looking right now. I've got from the weekend, I just told the boys to line up over here. There's 12 controllers on the desk over there.
Yeah.
2 of them are ruggeds, and they all look pretty beat. So, yeah, we'll definitely see how they do. But the ruggeds do well.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
But, I mean, receivers are not cheap for the Spectrum ones. You're $30 to $80 on them.
The advantage is, though, is if you buy a RTR that has a Spectrum radio in it, you could just pair it up with your radio, right? With your transmitter.
What?
If you buy an RTR that has the Spectrum
SRX or whatever, DSMR.
Yeah, but most of them do now, right?
Yeah. No, not all of them.
No,
some of them are dual compatible, but some of them, and the lesser ones, are dual, but not necessarily all. Like the STX3 ones that come with those, like the SRX 200, whatever, those aren't. But there's some that are dual compatible, and in that way it is awesome. Or you get the bigger 6S Armas and stuff; those are, or the LMT, all of that.
Right.
Which is really nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I run them all on my ruggeds, which they limit to 20, sadly. Yeah. So the rugged is for bashers and crawler people, the people that own a bajillion RC cars. A bajillion. You crazy bashers and crawler people have thousands of RC cars. The race ones, however, that they consider to be pro, that can hold 100 bottles, those guys have like 10 cars. Like, it's backwards that they think because of the cost of the thing that they're selling it at for features, that the model memory isn't a feature to me. That is a cost prohibitive thing. Like,
right.
Know that us guys that have bashers, like, to me, that's just they choose a limitation because the memory is not really a limitation on
sure
20 car memory on them. So anyway, that's my only gripe with Spectrum and the rugged. As much as I love that, I'm all in on Spectrum stuff, man. Like, and I pay for it. Like, it's not all freebies. Like, I bought the radios, and I got one for my boys at Axial Fest because they killed their car, and then we had to get a new receiver thing for it and whatever. And so, well, let's get a new radio. Well, if you get one, then you get one. Like so yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I buy receivers all the time. I mean, I've got one right here, ready to go on something.
It's the packaging.
515.
It's the Apple packaging.
Yeah. So, and I have another one. I just found a 515. I put into the that UTB 18 capper so I could do all the lights on it. But yeah, they're good controllers, but it's expensive to buy that many receivers if they don't come with the cars.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's. I need to just pull the Band-Aid off and do it, because I need to figure out how to get into, because like then he could have my GT5, and I have all the receivers for it. I just need to start getting the receivers for the Spectrum one.
But they're not cheap. That's what I'm saying.
I know. Well, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what protocol I go to, there's not going to be a way around it. If I get him a GT5 like mine, then that means getting him all new receivers. Even though he's Fly Sky, he's one.
How much are those receivers?
You can get 2 for $20.
Yeah. So this SR515, which most of my cars I don't need any more than like I need 2 channels.
Sure.
I'm not super crazy. $65 for that one, for a 5-channel.
Wow.
Cheap.
That's crazy.
The 315 is 3-channel, $55. So it's only $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of the SR215s. They're like 35. Yeah, 35. So for some reason, dropping 2 channels, or no, to a 2-channel. So to go from 2-channel to 3-channel is a $20 jump. To go from a 3-channel to 5-channel is only a $10 jump. So you go from 35 to 55, then to 65, and it's like, what? There's not that much more technology involved.
I just don't understand why they're so expensive.
So,
like what makes them that expensive versus the other ones out there?
I don't know. Not dropping out.
Well, I mean, my GT5 doesn't.
The same thing with Futaba and them. They're expensive, man.
Yeah. I was going to say my GT5 doesn't drop out. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. I don't.
And I'm not the guy. I try not to pull receivers out of trucks again. Like I've said, I don't like to pull receivers or servos out.
Yeah.
So that's why I do the 215s a lot, because they're $35. So that's easier.
Yeah.
Most things, all I need is throttle and steering. You can in the 215, there's like a bind plug, or there's like a battery plug that you can use for lights. You can't control it on off or whatever, but you can just leave it plugged in and on for certain things. But
yeah, so that's probably
like a 3rd channel, but it's not.
That's probably that's probably one of the functions why they are a little bit more expensive. If you can control lights directly from there that don't need a light controller, you know, like on-off channel kind of a thing. Yeah, that's probably.
But they also have the telemetry too to tell you battery and all that's left. So it does speak that back to your radio. Yeah. So it's got some of it built in through it, and for like knowing your temperatures and that of your, so that kind of stuff transmit through it and it'll tell your radio.
But that's if you're running the full spectrum. If you're running
all spectrum stuff, yeah. Batteries, whatnot. Yeah. So anyway, when you upgrade your radio receivers is something to think about, Max Paul says.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa Budget RC Bachelor. So I met at him and his son were at Horizon RC Fest.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that I like, that I miss seeing, is that when I went to I haven't been to a crawler event lately because we haven't had much good weather for crawling, and going to the crawler event was a lot of fun because I got to see some people that I haven't seen in a long time and meet some new people and crawl with people. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought I just saw Nick B.
Nick's in here. He said he messaged you on Instagram.
No, that was Ferris. Yeah, I just sent him some messages.
He was in here. Yeah, he says just wanted to say congrats to Dalton.
Yeah, he's been working.
Yeah,
he was at the dirt track.
People like those Dumbo ones, man. I haven't tried them, but the range on them seems good, and they've got the gyros and all that for cheap. So
I think ultimately, Yeah, I think ultimately I'm probably just going to have to stick with the Fly Sky. I feel like I'm too deep. Like that sounds weird, but it's like I don't have that many. Like so that was my whole thing that I realized that remember how I said I want to just kind of pare down and only keep 5 sets of electronics and whatever and rotate that through. Well,
Oh, I hate that idea.
well, in theory that works, but then it doesn't work because then I have my kids' cars, and then we have the race cars, and then we have blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think that works as well as I wanted it to. I think ultimately probably what I'll end up doing. So okay, so there's a new ANT protocol that Fly Sky has that also does telemetry, but it doesn't require. It's the telemetry isn't based off of closed loop technology, meaning Spectrum, you have to have a Spectrum ESC, you have to have a Spectrum battery, a Spectrum motor, blah, blah, blah. Fly Sky, they sell their dongles that attach inline in whatever you got.
Okay.
And so that it'll do the telemetry to your radio based off of your inline. So like you could do a heat sensor, you could do a voltage sensor, you could do RPM, all that kind of stuff, but it's all inline. So you buy the plug that goes in between the receiver and whatever you're doing, and it'll give you telemetry that way. So that's on the new protocol. Yes, it's like Pokemon. Exactly. That's
the Fly Sky, dude. The Fly Sky I use on the GT5 on the Ramulator with a little
that's what
foot
I have.
down. Super good.
Yeah. That's the one I have, and I love that one. But the next one up is the one with the new, it's called ANT protocol, and they have a G7P, and it's and then they go up to the Noble, and the G7P I think is
Noble looks nice.
Yeah, the Noble's in that race tier, like, but I don't want to spend that kind of money on it because I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break the screen. I'm gonna set it down and knock it over on a rock and crack the screen. So I'd much rather have a $40 to $60 transmitter that if I break, so what? I'll buy another transmitter and I don't have to get all new technology for everything else.
Right.
So I think that's going to be the way to go.
The Spectrum, I just like the menus on it. It's so easy for me to get in and do so much of it. I know it works easy. I know people don't love that back control thing. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. The little pad on the back, the touch screen. Once I learned to use it, I hated the wheel because you'd roll one click and you'd go two sometimes. Sometimes you'd go one, and so you'd land right where you wanted. Where the swipe up, if you just do swipe it, it'll only go one. If you swipe and hold, it'll just tick through. You just hold it there, and it'll just start like fast scrolling stuff. And you it's like. So I do like it. You know, and there's a learning curve like anything, but big fan of them. I want to Conor McGregor fight it out at some point about the 20 channels or the 20 model memory with somebody. But other than that, it's man, if it went to 100, I would just tell everybody to get it. Like, that's one thing where I'm like, maybe look elsewhere, guys. Like, and I wouldn't say to look at their pro model because their pro model is like stupid hard to one-handed drive. So
it's because it's got the drop down wheel.
But for that, because pro, they give you, I'm like, make a DX5 Rugged Pro, sell for $50 more, and let us have 100 models. Then I don't have to buy 3 radios. So instead of $600 in radios, I'd have $250.
Yeah.
If they wanted to up the price on me, I'd be okay if they did it for a pro one. Like, it's just like, I got to find a way to hack the back end of it.
The funny thing is, too, I keep on going back and forth because lately I've been on this kick of just handing off cars to let them drive it. But then if they're all on one controller, you can't really do that and drive one at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, I've been on this thing. It's like, do I just keep the stock RTR radios around and let
You keep them around because it's easy to bind. Well, Spectrum is easy to bind now. There's a button you hold in when you turn it on, puts it in bind mode. I usually take those like covers off of the receiver boxes, pitch them. I just want to be able to reach in and bind it to something new like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but a lot of people say they like the rugged. There's a lot I love about it. The only gripe that I literally have about it is how many models it holds.
Yeah.
Because I have to take 3 of them with me to an event because all my race stuff is on a green one. Crawler stuff for the most part right now, minis is an orange one, and then my original black one is just like it's got space, so whatever new stuff I need to drop on one,
sure,
it's on the black one. So literally 3 of them had to come with me to this event because of everything that was being run. My Typhon long jump was on the black one. My crawlers mini ones were on the orange one, and then the green ones for my race monster trucks. So I literally had to keep track of them all.
So I got a conversation changer for you that I've been struggling with too.
Let's do it.
Now that I have sold 1 truck and will potentially be selling 2 more at some point.
The sand rails?
Yeah. What's next? Do I?
And I was in on those sand rails too, right? And then who hit the fan?
Yep. So, but I'm going to make the reason why I'm getting rid of those because I'm going to make us a DR10 model of that basically. But I just need to honestly, I just need to make room on the shelf because it's like it's kind of ridiculous down here right now. I'm just falling over cars. Like it's a first world problem, but it's like that's why I'm like, let's just get rid of them at cheap, like go kind of.
I should probably buy one of those sand rails. Actually, I could probably put everything from that drag car I crushed at the monster truck into the sand rail. Yeah. Those components are still working,
dude. They rip like I had a 3300 kV on it, and I don't know if I told you I clocked it at 50 in the sand, just ripping. I mean, it was a little missile. But so now I'm wondering, what's next? Do I save for the next new thing that comes out? Do I buy better components for some of the stuff that I do have, LMT wise? Maybe axles, maybe tires.
Axles are huge, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm torn on my SMT 10s. What do I do with those? Do I sell them? Do I keep them? We can't drive them in our race anymore.
Why not?
There's no class for them.
Pro mod?
I don't think that they're open in the group that I'm running with now. I don't think they're open to you running more than 1 entry. It's too small.
That's the way you grow it.
Yeah. But there's stock SMTs. Like I'd have to get better. So at that point, then I would be getting, I'd have to get better motors, better ESCs, all that kind of stuff. And it's just a slippery slope. Probably better chassis, all that kind of stuff. So do I do that or do I sell them? And if I sell them, what are they worth? Right? Probably not very much, I wouldn't think.
Not if they're stockish, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. Thanks, CJV. I don't know why that's hard to say, but thanks for saying the monster truck video was awesome.
Iowa budget RC bashers. I agree. Those Sun radios are tough. Little cross plus thing. They got like this joypad up, down, left, right for your throttle and your steering trims.
Yep.
They're digital. They're not my favorite.
Max Paul says wife is pissed because he has so many. I might or might not be in the same boat. Yeah. And I'm like, but they're not all mine. Cause like she sees the SCX6 at the shop, on the shelf, like on the bench there. And then she sees yours on the bench there. She's like, where are all these coming from? I'm like, they're not all mine. And then this one shows up unannounced. And I'm like, well,
They gave it to me.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Just have that on ready, man. Get that.
I
video.
know.
They gave it to
I
me.
know. So I guess that's the question. Like, what do I do? Right.
Yeah, I'm so proud of myself, actually. I just need to pat myself on the back.
Did you only come back with 3 new ones?
I didn't come back with any new ones.
I don't believe you. Not for 1 second. But you came back with new radios.
And I didn't even get a T-shirt.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
They must have been a hideous design.
Time I got over there.
No, not just kidding. You're like, I'm not wearing that.
No, they were all right. They're $25. I looked at them and then went back. I heard they were all sold out. So I didn't even go back. I just heard they were sold out. So yeah. But no, I didn't buy any. Weston and I looked.
Yeah.
They had some good deals there. They had SCX 24s for like $100 for like the Jeeps.
Yeah.
Like $35 off, you know. It's like, dang.
Like you need another one. There it is. Got another one.
That's still there. I mean, that's why I didn't need one.
Yeah.
People kept like, my buddies from Michigan were like, dude, they got them. You should go get one. I'm like, no. I've got so many already built, and I've got more to build at home. I'm not.
So
one.
So that's actually kind of one of the things I thought of, and I don't know why I would do this, but getting another mud truck. I really like them. The LMTs, like getting a bog hog. So I had one of each. Like I was like, do I need to? Like I don't need another one. We already have 2, and we're both racing them. I really like the long wheelbase, bro. I think that either he's getting to be that good of a driver, or that long wheelbase really makes a big difference. Like,
I think a little both, buddy.
Yeah. Like, I'm watching him take that
Freestyle Pro C if you're gonna race like me.
Yeah,
those things just soak up everything.
Yeah,
Freestyle Pro C is still my favorite truck. However, Aaron James, who was one of the new owners of Freestyle RC, who's in the chat here, was working with some of the guys on the Rapid X suspension.
Uh-huh.
That was like low carpet racer, like crazy fast.
Yeah.
He freaking has that thing landing like a Pro C.
Really?
He added like some crazy something to it and some weights.
Yeah.
And it lands dialed. Like
just
like,
flops. Wet pillow style.
Which it did not do before. For me, like that was the one thing is it. But those guys that drove it, like Josh and Hayden, man, they were just so used to it. It was just, and they'd control it even with the little flops and stuff they would do. They just keep driving through it.
Yeah.
But man, the new one looks. I feel bad about knocking him out.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, he beat me for third.
See, that's
what, Josh, but I didn't knock out Hayden.
That was one of the things I thought about doing was upgrading mine because Dalton's he's running the Kingsling chassis and his is long wheelbase and all that. I thought about upgrading mine to getting some kind of new chassis for the LMT so I can run it. Here's the thing though. Here's the reason.
Hayden reminded me, he beat me. So he had that truck and beat me. But yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do with one of the SMTs. Is if I make the SMT into a straight up race truck, like get a race chassis and make it into. That's the only. I don't want to do that with the LMT because it's so much fun to freestyle and to bash. But I kind of feel like, is it worth it doing it with the SMT? You know what I mean? Like getting a better chassis, setting it up, and actually getting serious about racing it. I'm having a hard time having these seasonal vehicles.
Money up for a freestyle. If you're gonna put money at something, just save it, because then at that point you're just using electronics.
Right.
and the rest comes from them.
Right.
You're buying electronics and shocks,
Right.
but
All right.
that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm just saying.
I'm having a hard time with these seasonal vehicles too. I think that's the hard thing, right? So like we won't have any monster truck racing around here in the winter.
Why
Only
don't they
this
indoors?
they just
If
don't.
you get it going, why not? Why wouldn't they keep it going?
There's really nowhere indoors to do it. Maybe if Die Hard does it, they can find us place to carve out indoors, but there's a where they do indoor racing in the wintertime, there's like a big horse arena that
Yeah.
they could have access to. Like it's clean. I say a horse arena, it's not, it's just a dirt covered area. But it's so dusty. Oh, it's so dusty because it's so dry. Even when it's wet outside, it's so dusty. So, and I don't know if there's water access to really do it right there. It's not a racetrack. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if they would appreciate cars tearing it up so bad. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like a kid with it. You know, it's like you got the money burning a hole in your pocket before it's even spent. I thought about even selling the Baja Ray.
Man, the monster truck, it'll bite you.
It has.
It's super fun.
Been a blast. Yeah. Yep.
So that's where I'm at. Like, I need to find a way to do it more because for me, it's really seasonal right now. It's like this event, Monster Jam, in July 1st. Then we'll do the October event for Ohio racing.
Uh-huh.
November for the Raminator event at the shop there. Then I wouldn't have another shot to do anything really again probably until Memorial Day weekend to go to the No Limit big event. So it's like 4 shots in a year.
Yeah, that's tough. Ours is once a month.
Yeah.
And it's always hard. Yeah. While it's good weather. I don't know how long he said he's going to go. I think he's going until September. And then it starts getting cold.
Yeah.
Yep. I broke another part on my UDR. I was like,
hopefully
seriously?
It's easy to get to. How many screws?
It's easy. It's just a front sway bar. The actual metal bar.
Oh, it's not
snapped. No, snapped. So I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it seems like every time I go out, I'm breaking something though. I'm not even driving that hard.
My buddy fixed the LMT I broke in that freestyle we did. Because I brought it with me to freestyle again at this event.
Uh-huh.
But then I was like, hey dude, you can race it if you want to fix it. All it needed was a new servo horn and the tire glued on, and I could have done it. I brought it to do it. It would have taken like not long. Tire glue for the one that blew off the bead, and then new servo horn and new rod end on the freestyle servo saver because I beat that out, and then it stretched, and then basically re-screwing in the sway bar. It was super. But he went to race it and it glitched out on him on the trigger for some reason. Like it wasn't. I don't know what happened. So
that happened to ours, the LMT. It happened to that a while ago, where it's like you'd pull the trigger and it wouldn't pop, and then finally it'd pop a little bit, and then you could go. It's almost like it's not in the right location for the motor to go. You know what I mean? Like it's like right in that one little location where it's like.
I've learned with any of mine now to make sure I like hold it in the spot and give it a couple of revs to make sure it's going. Because I've done it before where I've turned them on, set it up, steer it, and just walk it and set it down and go, and there's nothing, and then it'll finally pop. And I don't want that. I want to know that it's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aaron, we didn't face off at all, man.
Do you do anything to keep the front end down? on your stock wheelbase LMT? Mine just wants to rip wheelies all day long.
Stock, I mean, we're dusty, so it wasn't a big deal. Plus, I just ease into it off the throttle. I know not to hit too hard because those things are stupid.
Well,
Down and then
even rolling, like on one of the shots in my video, you see where we both drift around the corner just right.
Almost never full throttle. Those things are so overpowered for racing.
Yeah.
They're way too much power. Like, it's just a lot of zit, 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 zit.
Yeah.
Zit,
Yep.
but never full zit. No full zits to it. Just yeah.
Yep.
Lots of just little trigger mashing to kind of keep it kind of happy and
yeah.
But yeah,
man, I was all
with my Pro C, dude. I'm just full trigger the whole time.
Yeah,
freaking like let it go, let off the corner, and then just full trigger again. Once that front end dives down and starts to turn, then it's just full trigger again. Around and pull it back. So yeah, at least on dirt.
I love the way that truck looks.
I got it going there. I did lose to Hayden. I LVC'd out. No, I didn't. On the one before it, I LVC'd out.
Yeah,
which I lost, and then I went because I lost. I got into the top, race for third or fourth, and so I quickly swapped out a battery. But that thing was so lively then because I was already racing at the low end of the battery pack that I was just squirrely coming out. Yeah,
I love the way that body dips and moves around. Oh, it looks so sick. Looks so sick. Yep.
But yeah. Well, we should get ready to wrap it, man. We're almost to 1:30.
Yep.
What else do you have coming up?
So we have racing. I got to finish your truck. Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, all you MFers out there, if they say that way.
Yeah, they say that.
Yeah, I might say that.
To me, that's Milliken fishing.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Okay.
What else do we got? So we got racing coming up. I think that's it. I don't know what my next event is that I'm going to hit up besides racing, and then there's monster trucks. And then it's like all hands on deck getting things ready for Axial Fest West.
Yes.
So
I just got in a replacement ESC. For one of the Duratec Pros. An issue.
Did you run their new 10 scale motor? The new one?
Mm-mm.
It just came out like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
The UTB one?
No, it's called something with a P. I forgot what it's called.
Python? Python's their new.
No, it's called something else.
I haven't run it.
I think it's called Shoot You in the Baby Maker. Let me look it up here real quick. What's it called?
I don't do much 1/10, so.
I know. Missing out. This is it. It's called Parenti 10-pole in-runner.
Nice. I'm not.
Yeah, looks good.
I have the Kraken one that goes in the Mini T, Mini B.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to be putting it into one of those. I think the JRX T.
This Parenti motor, I think that would actually be a good motor for the U-Tron. That super slow, watch the front end work kind of thing.
There's an in-runner, though, on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they just did the new Cedar motor for the SCX24 that's in-runner 12-pole, I think.
Whoa.
Same kind of like crazy pull numbers for a super slow crawl.
Yeah. That's super rad.
Yeah, 12 hole.
That's tiny for
Yeah.
12 pole.
That way it doesn't have to be censored, but still it's somehow like outrunner motor crawling on an in runner, so it's waterproof.
Yeah. That's that's what I want. That's why I want to try that 10 scale. It'd be perfect for that. I can't wait. I'm not supposed to run it like this yet with the new wheels on it. They want me to give, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So, but it looks good on the shelf that way.
Yeah.
Looks so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the stock ones are that bad.
No, not at all. And so that's the other thing. The stock ones are 419s. The Sendero SEs are 47s. And I haven't talked to him or to the Element people. I don't know if they changed compound or if it's just the sidewall difference, but that tire seems so much better in 419 than it does in 4.7. Like, I mean, in our video that I did with it, it was wet because it was like misty outside and it was on rock with moss and like little puddles inside the rock. And it was still walking up stuff. Like, normally it's like that's a terrible condition to be rock crawling in, right? It's like nothing but slickness, but now it was just going right up, no problem. So
have you seen these new Furatech monster truck wheels and tires?
no,
They look really good. I'm gonna share them really quick.
Do it.
Before we go.
Do it.
They look
Ooh.
like BKTs.
Yeah, they do.
See the side little couple.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the side shot that they showed of them.
That looks really good with those wheels.
Yep.
Can you get in tighter on the wheel?
There was a shot from the side. Here.
There you go.
It looks like a beadlock almost.
It does.
Unless that's just to hold the hex on the back. But the tread pattern looks really good.
Yeah, it does. I wonder how they feel.
See, it's got that.
I wonder if that's a sticker or if it
printed.
will always say Furatech on it.
It's printed on there. Yeah.
That would drive me crazy. It's off center.
Yep. See how it's kind of going up the bead?
Yep. It's rotated like 3 degrees. I wouldn't stop looking at it. Be like, man, I really wish that was on right.
Yeah.
They look nice though. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
That chassis looks all right too.
Yeah. I would prefer the carbon fiber one.
Yeah, me too.
Look at they have their motor and everything in there. Looks clean.
Looks pretty down low.
Yep. Looks ready to race, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chassis looks really good in carbon though.
What are they selling it for on carbon?
$50.
That's not bad.
Not at all.
Huh.
Not at all. I mean, just the look for monster truck reasons.
Yeah.
The dark color. For my crawlers and stuff, I don't mind all the extra like funky coolness, but like I actually really like this chassis a lot.
I'm not a fan of that coloring, to be honest.
Metal. Like
It's
that.
just,
you know?
I like the chassis. I just don't like the rainbow part of it. It's too pastel-y. I don't know. I like it when it's on like the end of exhaust tips where it like does the appropriate purple to blue fade. But
All right, well, let's sign this off.
Do it. Peace out.
All right, guys.
I've already shot him in the baby maker, so it doesn't matter.
It's been
Twice.
good. We will catch you same bat time, same bat channel next week before I head to. At that point, we will know if Pablo has or has not shipped.
I know.
And so we'll get to talk about that, whether we think it'll arrive or whether we know it will not arrive at next week. And Badlands, I would like to see maybe, I wonder, probably the week before we wouldn't be able to get anybody on. It'd be good to talk about some of the stuff for Badlands and rules and competitions. And I plan to take my Rift, modified Rift down there for sure. So I need to find somehow time to freaking get some threaded rod to finish those sway bars. Too much to do.
Awesome.
Too much to do. Anyway.
Cool, man.
I'm ready. I'm done. You're good?
Peace out.
They're all good. See you.
Eat more tacos.
We're going to have them tomorrow. No.